Hello, this is Kenneth Wong, contributing editor for Desktop Engineering magazine. Chances are you, like me, have a profile on Facebook. You probably use your profile's public wall to coordinate hiking trips with your friends, or stay up to date with what's happening with your globe-trotting cousin in France by checking on her status updates, or commenting on friends' photos when you see something that fascinates you. So here's a question. Would creating a Facebook profile page for your design file make it easier to collaborate with your colleagues and partners? Well, someone has already thought of that. His name is Chris Williams. His version of Facebook page for CAD files is called Vuuch. So I put this clip together from the demonstration Chris gave me and from my own experiments with Vuuch. Here's how it works. Vuuch is a plugin previously available for SolidWorks and Pro Engineer users only, but now also for Inventor users. The new Inventor version for Vuuch is a limited function release. For example, you can start a discussion on a specific feature like a hole or a boss, something that you can do with Vuuch for other CAD programs. And the download version available now for Inventor is only for 32-bit, 64-bit version on the way. Whereas Vuuch has been fully integrated into the menu bar and the right-click palette in the SolidWorks and Pro Engineer interfaces, in Inventor it currently appears as a floating palette. If you want someone to get involved in a design project with you, let's say to brainstorm on the thickness of the wall of this shelled part, you go to your CAD file, this happens to be Inventor, you pick the person whom you have invited to become your friends on Vuuch, just like you would on Facebook. Then you start a discussion thread. Once you are done, somewhere on Vuuch company's server, a dedicated web page gets created for this discussion, along with a thumbnail you have created on this part. So if you need to mock this picture up, Vuuch will let you open up the screenshot of the model in whatever graphics application you have in your machine. This happens to be the Paint program that comes with Windows. Your collaborator would respond to your query by email, or respond by logging into Vuuch site, where the dedicated homepage for this part is located. Now for this demonstration, I happen to be Chris' collaborator. So if I go to my dashboard on Vuuch, I see all the files Chris has shared with me, along with the option to download the file, if that option is enabled by Chris. By the way, Vuuch works with not just CAD files, but also with Office documents like PowerPoints, so you can share it and work on those too. Now there are several types of files available in my dashboard, depending on the projects that I'm working on, so I can filter them to selectively see only Inventor files or PowerPoint files, and so on. There is also the shoutout function. It's sort of like sending a Twitter update to everyone who is following the discussion, in that case, the exchanges about this wall thickness. And here, I can see a history of the discussions I'm involved with on Vuuch dashboard. So be honest now, have you ever defriended someone on Facebook? Or perhaps a more likely scenario, remove yourself from a rock band's fan page? Well, you can do the equivalent of this when you feel you no longer need to contribute to a discussion anymore. This is where you disconnect yourself from the Vuuch page. There is also the search function, which lets you find specific discussion items based on keywords or phrases. And if you need to preserve a discussion thread, maybe to prove to your forgetful boss that you did get his permission for changing the wall thickness, you can export the entire discussion as PDF and preserve it elsewhere on your hard drive. Here's what I think is the most important part about Vuuch. It lets you participate in a discussion on a collaboration using your own preferred method, email, web, or from your own CAD program, without forcing you to go into a data management program. In fact, I could have conducted the entire discussion about the wall thickness with Chris strictly from my email without ever logging on to Vuuch portal if I don't want to. There's only one thing about Vuuch that left me a bit baffled. I can't find a Facebook fan page for Vuuch on Facebook. Maybe I need to start a discussion thread about that with Chris. Till next time, this is Kenneth Wong for Desktop Engineering magazine, and as Chris would often say, Vuuch me if you like.